Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, so SAP. SAP. Looks like it was good. Like 24% cloud revenue growth in Q2. Second quarter up 24%, total revenue up 9%. They're up like 14% for the year already. Up 9% from a year ago. Weaker US dollar was a currency headwind in the quarter. Adjusted earnings, 150 euros a share. Up 20%. But like when I looked at it initially, because it looks like it's all good, like look at all these little ups, little arrows. They did revise down quite a lot, but everything was positive. Operating profit, gross profit, cloud revenue, and then you get to see some things. SAP slips up, misses the street's revenue targets, and its stocks sink. You're like, huh? Some of these things, man. Some of these reports, I'm sure they just bang them out as soon as they can. Anyway, the prices, look at the price, and I'll show you the news. So we can see what it's a bit of a shame though. I did see this move up. I'm like, damn it. Okay. After a dump like yesterday, when price really because we got the sells, very nice sells into this area, this triple wick area. Took some profits, and then it just really just loaded, just dumped and dumped and dumped. And it got down to this lovely area. So this is a 4-hour zone that I had marked up. I'll just go to the 4-hour chart. So this bit where price was here, very light, very lovely level. So we've got resistance, we've got support, we've got a little wick rejection, and then we saw price just spike down into here, into the support, oversold. Got to question what that big dump was. Like, why did price just really shoot down here? Price rebounded from the zone, just consolidated into the time that SAP reported. SAP reported very good, and then Asia just cleaned everything up. It was very annoying because after a move like this, where we got the sells very nicely, the bias today was always going to be a long bias. Now it's a lot more tricky, isn't it? Very tricky now. Very tricky now for where price to go to. So I do think though this was a level that I've been waiting for it to break all week. So I do think we could break above here pretty easily, which would be, I mean, like it's kind of almost worth taking a 0.1% risk with a 10 pip stop to try and make that 50 pips. Because London, the last bunch of times, has just gone up. But I guess after these earnings now, previous days, I think, like, we go back to this day. This is where the move really started. So Friday, being Freaky Friday and all, to offload risk before the news, it would make sense for London to just pump up and try and juice buyers, take out the high, and then just get buyers in the market for them just to really just, like, we correctly look for the sells here as well on this day. I think we got the buys, and then it was into the sells. So initially, this first couple of minute candle pushing higher, just to induce buyers at the open, gave them a good chance to offload some risk because this was a de-risking day ahead of the weekend. And then after we had a big sell-off on Friday, when we got to Monday, that bearish sentiment was still there. And when we got to London Open, with enough bearish sentiment there was enough reason for London just to spike up from the open again, and just induce buyers again. Before then, because London had already missed the big drop, because the big drop from Friday happened in the New York session, and then Asia consolidated a bit, had a retest, and Europe were the one that were able to get they're the one that took it back up. So London never had a good chance of getting buys in at a primo level. So to help them take sales down, they induced buys initially before then trading back underneath the London Open. And then once we got back underneath the London Open, there was more of a bearish bias for that session. And then yesterday, Tuesday, same sort of thing, that there was enough negativity in the Asia session that when London opened up, it was a bit uncertain which way it was going to go at the start, but it made a lot of sense that they induced buyers up as well, because this was where, like, if they wanted to take a sell from a good level, this is where the Asia support was, just over here, for them to spike up, induce buyers again. Before then, they took it down, and we took it down as well. But we didn't get, it was still a little bit unclear, so we didn't jump in immediately. We did, we did wait a good 50 odd minutes, and it wasn't until inside of here where price was reacting that we thought this would be a good place to take it down. And an hour and a half of waiting, and basically two 5-minute candles did a lot of damage for us, which was beautiful. Now today we might get something a little bit opposite, because we did get the sell-off, the big sell-off, and we did get the big recovery in Asia, and on the back of SAP earnings. And it is possible that there are just two, that it is possible that London do want to just take it up initially, because we do have interest rates tomorrow in Euro, which is going to be a big event. But if people are looking to buy from the jump, again, because the last 4 sessions, I think 3 or 4 days, we've just been basically 30, 40 pips on the open, maybe the market is kind of anticipating that, and we might actually do it opposite this time. Anyway, it's food for thought. But it's a bit, this Asia being so bullish is a bit disappointing to trade into now.
Yeah, need some sort of decent pullback now, don't we?
Yeah, but with the interest rates tomorrow as well, that's what makes it a bit tricky, because I can't imagine, I do think there will be whoever bought the dip, and then I'm not sure, what, mostly Asia traders, but maybe some European and London desks, knowing that SAP was reporting earnings, maybe they did buy a fair bit in pre-market. So they know.
Yeah, I bought that last night and got that whole run up overnight.
Oh, so good, man. Nice one. Nice work.
5%.
Oh, holy. On the personal or both?
On 3 prop accounts. So I'm really close to passing 2 phase 1s and 1 phase 2.
Yeah, good one. Is that phase 2 the same one that's been going for a bit?
Yeah, FTMO. So I when I got to phase 2, I made a few mistakes and I took a big loss. I've made all that back, and I'm sort of, just about 1% shy of. It's pretty good.
Good work. Now, with this news ahead, I think there's a huge chance that there will be some de-risking involved at some stage. So can we break up? Because I've had my eyes on this level since last week. Since we broke down, I've had my eyes on this level. So I think we can push up to here now. Because that was the idea from Monday. Monday, because it was a real sluggish day on Monday. I think it was started because of Japan being on bank holiday with the elections. They couldn't really get going. And then New York just did nothing. Tuesday was the sell-off. Now, if we can actually break above this line, and it's looking pretty good, I do think we can just push up that 50 pips because this is a zone very much of interest. And then once we can get into the zone, we do have some clean candles here. And they know as well that if they buy and they pump it with cloud revenue as using it as a foil to just think like, why is there so much bullish optimism? There's a very good chance that when price is up here, they can offload that. They can offload that risk to new buyers, and there probably will be some sort of de-risking ahead of interest rates because, I mean, there has been some trade deals overnight. We did, I think it was like Indonesia, Philippines, and Japan, it seems, have come to some sort of trade deal. Now, with that trade, with those kind of frameworks getting put in place, where's it going with that? Yeah, with those deals being put in place, with those frameworks being put in place, there's a chance that I'm not sure. Like at the moment, if Euro will just comply, but we know they're in the middle of trade negotiations, and if they're in the middle of trade negotiations as well, they're playing a bit of hardball with the US, and if they do, if US sort of pressures them, there could be some mention tomorrow at their press conference regarding threat of tariffs on slowing the euro economy. So one way they might think, look, to combat the tariffs or to combat the potential impact to the economy, perhaps euro will benefit from a weaker euro, and they could entertain saying, you know, maybe we, you know, if we have to, and we'll be data dependent. But if it does show some signs of slowing, then we can entertain maybe another 0.25% to 0.5% interest rate cuts, which would weaken the euro, and there's enough risk there that could an institution wouldn't want to hold a reasonable size through that, because if they are holding a reasonable size, I mean that would actually be a boost for German 40. But for euro trades, it could be a bit of a headwind with that euro, with that potential news. If you were an institution and you were holding a reasonable size, and that news does come out, and it just sort of, who would want to be a seller of euro? Sorry, who would want to be a buyer of euro if that news came out? And if you're an institution and then you're holding a reasonable size and then you're kind of forced to sell and you're selling in a position of weakness, it's very likely that because your size moves the market, that if there's already a lack of buyers because of that news, and then you need to sell to offload some risk, and then you start selling, but prices are already pretty weak. Now, whatever you can't sell all at once, you've got to sell in batches. And every time you keep on selling and the market goes down, the remaining batch that you have is worth even less. So it's kind of like it's a bit too much risk for these guys to want to hold. So likely they'll try offload that risk beforehand and let someone else shoulder it. So if they can sort of pump price up and leave some rumors and sort of see like, you know, we're at a good rate. The European economy is doing very nice. Euro bonds might take over the world reserve currency. All this kind of stuff is just like rumors to get people to be like, hey, you know what? Euro could be strong. And it's a good chance for them to offload that risk. Anyway, it's all speculation. So let's see. We're a bit overbought on the stocky. We're about 5 minutes away from the open. We've had a huge rally. Now, if we can break above here, there can be some nice little moves up. Let's just invert the chart on the 30-minute now. Let's see what this would signal to us for those ones that have perma long bias like me. If you're looking at this, what would you think? Would you think buys or would you think sells? If this is the chart you're looking at.
You'd be thinking sells, wouldn't you?
I think so. I think that would be a fake out, and we've got a level which has been tested numerous times. And if it is going to break down, it feels like there's some fairly clean traffic here. A few little bits of areas the price could bounce from, but it feels like it could just go straight down, doesn't it? So let's just put it back the right way up. The only thing that's really holding us back is we've been overbought in the stocky, and Asia session's been very bullish. So there is a nice little support area just right over here. But man, I feel like this could just go straight up there. If it just went straight down, would anyone be game to try see if they can catch a bounce?
Absolutely. I'd be looking. Oh, you know, like you say, there's that small consolidation area. If we can get anywhere near that, I'm looking to buy. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think it may well just open up and tear off. To be honest, though.
Yeah, you reckon it's worth 0.1% risk to try and get a 5 to 1?
Yeah, well, probably. You just kick yourself though if it drops down and takes that little low out.
Yeah, but it's 0.1%. I'm saying to get 0.5.
Yeah.
If it drops down, it's another re-entry. That's the danger of buying the opens. It can be. There's always a bit of a risk. It's a gamble trade to me. It's not that patient trade. We've got France 40, man. Holy. Just...
I think I'm going to err on the side of caution.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it on the open. All right, 50 seconds. Here we go. Sorry about Maddie. She's been in a right pain yesterday. Okay, it looks like London's going.
senta.
Okay.
Vai já para o quarto. Vai já para o quarto.
Okay, very interesting level right here. That's the Frankfurt lows. Are we going to bounce from here? Going to sweep the lows. We're going to just pump. Yeah, I kind of figured the last few days it was pumping. Now with optimism and Asia being very bullish, this time it did the opposite. Went down in the open. How did the stocks open? How did SAP open, Michael? Do you have that? Stocks mixed. Yeah, you gotta be very careful with this Asia session being so bullish. Down 2%. Oof. 3%. Oh wow. Alright, well, I'm going to give a little buy a go here. Going to go low risk because it's dropping pretty fast. I bought this low here. So we'll see if this is just gone small risk, because I think the risk reward is very good if it can pump. But I've gone like oh my god, never. Let's see. Yeah, he went long. Yeah. Yeah, it's very difficult now. Where prices with Asia session like so. So hopefully, come on man, just bounce from here. 50% of Asia.
Yeah, I mean, it's hit that to the pip, hasn't it? 50% of Asia.
Pretty much, yeah. Come on. Yeah, 120 pips already, far out. This thing, man. So 3 minute, we'll be oversold just about.
That zone looks even nicer on the 15-minute.
This zone across here.
No, during the
Hi,
Asia
everyone.
session, 3 wick.
Oh, right there. There it is. Yeah. Hey, Danny, how are you? Okay, can we get some divergence? Got some divergence now. Okay, come on, man. Bounce. Yeah, once SAP stops its rot. Yeah, but this Asia session, man, it's very annoying. But if this can be the low, be very keen. Very keen to be buying this. Come on, push. Push. Come on. There we go. Come on. Go.
Where did you get in, Hayden?
I've got a second ago around here.
Yeah, that's the same.
Are you long, Hayden, already?
Yeah, I'm long. I've already taken a loss, so there's a second long. just low risk. I tried to
I'm
catch it.
trying to
but
get my smart chart going.
oh,
Shut
yeah.
up.
Yeah, I took a little loss in here. It was only 0.1% because I kept it like it was a very tight stop. It was like a 5-to-1 trade. So I took a loss. This one here, underneath that triple wicker. I was sort of waiting too long. I was waiting for that divergence to play out and then seen. But then, Jim, when you pointed that area out, that's when I pulled the trigger. It's like, okay, come on, push, man.
We need a close above that previous candle, though.
Yeah, we need to get above 250.
Yeah.
There we go. Come on, man. $250 is, we're just testing it now. Come on. Now get the 260.
Every time I do this, I think, why did I only put 0.1 on?
They're so reliable, aren't they?
They really are. I need to get it clear in my head that if there's some kind of reversal at a 3-wick, it's not just 0.1.
Come on, push. This is a bit of an issue, this little doji. So I'm gonna come on. Push. Yeah, beautiful, man. All right, I'm going to take a little bit of profit just at this no wick candle right here. There's imbalance. Taking some. Right now, I've taken some. That point. Very good, man. That was nearly a 3-to-1. 2.5. It's all right. Cars are up nearly 6%. Wow. Crazy. See if we just do a full reversal. That'll be so good, man. Only SAP letting the side down. Yeah, okay. And SAP is SAP earnings weren't that bad. I mean, there was a report saying that they missed, but it looked like everything was up on the year. So to me, I think that was a bit of artificial FUD. Should be up around 70 odd pips now. Worried about euro strength. Yeah, okay. But they hedge that risk out, you know. This is the thing, that if they're worried about euro strength, they will have a euro long futures position. That's what they'll do. So I think that's just fake. That's the insurance policy. If they're really worried about euro strength and a headwind, they can use leverage with an options contract on euro. Is one live account and one demo account, Danny?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Yes. Yeah. What is your spread on? Mine's 1.9.
It's a bit higher today for some reason. So on one of the prop accounts, it's 1.26. On Pepperstone, it is 0.9. And then
We're both on smart charts.
yeah, it'll be there because you're yeah. It's the difference between live and demo accounts. So
Yeah, mine's live.
Black Bull is 1.6. German is 0.9,
Hang on.
and 5 is 1.26. It's a bit high today though. Pepperstone's normal, but it is a bit high. I think it's because of this extra
Thank you.
volatility from Asia session. Cool. Well, for a little trade, it's done nicely. Hopefully we got the good position, but this is a bit of a problem area. Why I took some profit here.
So you've still got a runner going?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Well,
Can you just? Is that your trade there? Have you got that drawn up in the
Yeah.
yellow and blue box? Is that
Yeah, that's it.
okay? Yep.
So it was the because I had some zones. I had the first zone, which was it was drawn on the 30-minute chart. It was this little consolidation in Asia. You see that, Simon? Like where price kind of drifted. Like it had a very good push.
Yeah, that's where I got into.
Okay, yeah, and then a little drift and then a push up. So had a little fly on it on the first one. That didn't work out. And then my next zone, I think it was me. Maddie was pretty noisy. Didn't spot it straight away. So good when we've got multiple eyes in the charts. So Jim really saved me there because I was looking for the next zone was this green line that I've got, and this yellow section. This is a level that
Yep.
I quite like. And so I was waiting for divergence here, but then Jim correctly pointed out on the 15-minute, we've got this area, this triple wick area, or triple candle area, where price spiked up. This candle went through it, and then this one wicked down. So this zone here is
Yep.
a great level where we've got a good acceleration before that zone, then a little consolidation, and then acceleration. So this on the 15-minute chart, if you see that on the 5-minute chart or lower, it's also a consolidation. So it's just an area of structure.
Yep.
So that was when price hit it and it came down. On the 3-minute, we had divergence. Here's the 3-minute. But I was sort of hesitating.
Okay, your stop loss there, is that just your standard 40 pips, or you had something tighter?
The first one was really tight. This one here was I put it underneath the low, so it was about
Okay.
This is a bit tighter. This was about 25 pips. The first one was really tight. This one was about 25.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. So it's 40 is the standard if I'm just like don't have it anything I'm trying to put it underneath. If I'm sort of just like taking a trade in the middle of a zone, just 40 pips, or sometimes wider and put it underneath something. Whereas this case, it's underneath something. It's underneath this zone. That's what it is. Now, yeah, I mean that's really it. So
Yeah, no, very good.
yeah, pretty simple. It was just is the last couple of days, Monday and Tuesday. It's definitely started a lot slower, and then today it can feel rushed because we moved 120 pips in the first 5 minutes, and that's our typical range. But we knew it was going to be pretty volatile today because the Asia session being massive, so it's very dangerous to hold. No, it's very dangerous to trade when the Asia session's massive because the ranges can be quite big. So price had a good bounce, but see this level where price really accelerated down, and when we got to that doji was a problem. So, and if you're up more than 1 to 1, especially on volatile days like this, it's so important to take profits. I mean, there's many times you just wish you're holding full, but it's nice being like, especially taking the first loss. Now it's like, take the first loss, then this is a very good position from this point. And now I'm sitting about 0.6% in profit for the day on top of the loss that I took. So now today, on top of yesterday, Mondays and Tuesdays trades, there's no way that we're going to be losing this week. Hopefully the runner can continue. If the runner can do a job, then yeah. But the question now is price just going to keep on falling and go through more of the Asian session, because there is the interest rates tomorrow and PMI tomorrow is a problem. That is definitely a problem to hold trades through today with euro interest rates tomorrow. The other thing is, if we are going to go up and we get a trend reversal pattern, is it going to be something like this? And if this is that move to keep on going, or is it going to do one of these ones and actually go lower? Because there are some nice points down the bottom, lower than here as well. So this is where this reacted from. This is a legitimate zone for reactions, and it gave us a reaction. We can't be disappointed in the reaction. Now, is it enough? Is it enough to withstand the disappointing SAP open? Where's SAP? SAP is here. Look at this. So SAP really just dumped. But SAP's at a very good level of support. It's a very good level of support for SAP now. So hopefully this is just retesting these lows, and we're just kind of building a bit of a base to make a run higher. I would really like to see if we can hold it all the way up to here, and I'd actually like to scale in if we're pushing above these highs again. I'd like to scale into the tops. I think it's going to take my runner. So my stop loss is still sitting here. I'll let it touch it. See if it just touches it. But if it touches it and sort of pulls away from it, then I would, like, if it touches it and just goes, I'll bring it up to underneath the low. So see if we can get like a little HCS or something along here. But it's looking like there's a bit of weight here. This wick down came in. Now it looks like it's doing the wick fill. So I wouldn't be surprised if it does try to dig a bit deeper. Come on. Yeah, it's going to go deeper. I'm just going to put this at break even. So I feel like it's just going to try drag down. A bit oversold in the stock here again. What would be nice if it can hold. It's getting about to stop me up. Okay. Hung on by a thread, but I'm pretty sure it'll just come down and get it. I'm not going to buy back in initially. What I'm going to need to see next is if I can see if price spikes down, but then price push back up again. I kind of want to see it take this area out, and if it can take this area out, and then it can push above, and then it can sort of do the same sort of thing. If it can just like have a good little candle from here. Something like this, and then start pushing up and take out this high, I think there'll be a very good chance that we can get another entry like this to then go and make a run for those highs. So that one took me out. I'm not interested in trying to buy the dip after the reaction like this with that such a big Asia session. But if we can hold here and then break back above this area and kind of get this bit of a drift before then pumping and breaking the high, that'll entice me to buys again. That makes sense? If I don't see that, to me is it's a very dangerous place to be if it doesn't do that. Okay, bigger picture with interest rates. What's the play? What's the play with interest rates? Bit of an unsustainable rally in Asia session. Yeah, I still like I still like this zone. This yellow one. I'm quite interested in this one. All right. Pretty nasty candle, that one. What's that? How many pips is that? 65 pips in that 5-minute candle, man. Oh, jeez.
It's just touched the top of yesterday's ending dirt.
Okay. Good sign. All around the same area. Hopefully everything's converging to be a very good buy point.
I would normally expect it to go to the middle of the ending dirt, which is just a bit lower. It's
Yeah,
at
okay.
24,122.
Yeah, not unusual for price to need a slowdown though as well before it can actually do a proper turnaround.
Oh, you want to crack. But not this crackle.
I think it's pretty close to the monthly close of June. I've got this line and I'm like trying to look at what it is. I think it's the monthly close.
No, it's about 140 pips away. Oh. No, yeah. That's a bit away. Maybe a weekly?
Something. Maybe it's
Might have been a weekly close.
no, I'm just expanding. It's in the Asian session. Maybe it's
Adam, would you wait for a pullback here or not?
To go short or long?
You go up long?
go up. Um,
Like
the
a double
hardest,
bottom? Is it?
yeah, the hardest one to get into is a V-shaped recovery. So I think if because prices pushing down and then down, I think what we should have is for institutions to get in. It takes time for them to build a position. So they either need to, if they're going to do it fast, it's going to need to run some stops. And to me, this is some clean traffic here. We do have a bit of we've got a bit of a like consolidation here, so I think it needs to go down lower. But I think you need to wait for it. Now that we broke the low, I think we need to have a period of it slowing down.
Okay.
Or we don't need to try pick the low in this. So let's say that price, let's say that we don't time the buy from picking the low. We do have a very quick move down, so it's likely that institutions would have given that a bit of a nudge to drop it, and maybe that was enough to get people scared to sell and liquidate some of the buys. If you're an Asian trader, and you've been holding buys all through here, now that you're seeing price like reverse a lot of that move, it could induce you to sell, and that selling volume of being induced to sell could very much be the time that they buy up big. But then if they've given it a bit of a nudge to come down at this point, they're going to need to unwind this sell. So if we see like price sort of finally stop making lower lows and come back up, but consolidate through here, if we see like a bit of a grind pattern up here or consolidating underneath these lows, there's a very good chance that if we maybe do a little fake out at the start, or maybe we break a buck back above, and this will be a lot of pent up demand with a trend line break for us to reverse that whole move then. So it's right now I wouldn't buy yet, because I either want to see like a bit of a stop out candle, like one that could absorb a lot of sellers by like a big wick, or see price just start to slow down.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. The best chance was this one, and when this one failed, like it didn't fail, like it bounced. It was a good reaction, but now that it broke underneath here, you've got to be careful of momentum keeping price going. So we need to see a sign when institutions have absorbed enough. Once they're finished accumulating the buy position, they'll push it up. So we just need to be careful now that it broke this low, and with the Asia session so big, also there wasn't much in the way of resistance going up. So price could drop a bit further. So we don't want to get caught catching this falling knife.
Yeah.
But we are getting a little bit of divergence here. It is near the MMG, which is here. So this is liquidity. We've got a little tiny bit of divergence. We're near about the top of that area. The divergence is working out so far, and then we're getting this little 1, 2, 3 pattern. So did we see, maybe we saw a grind on the lower time frame? It's looking promising. Let's see though, because if they gave it a nudge down, they'll need to unwind that. So if we can see, if this is as discounted as they're going to let it get, then we see, if we see a consolidation here, that'll make things interesting. Did anyone have some big cojones and buy the divergence around this level? You did, Michael? Good one. It's okay to be wrong. I think that's what we always want to avoid. Like, I really don't want to be wrong after taking, like, took a loss, took a win. Don't really want to give things back, but as long as you've got a system, like on how you enter, as long as it's just not like an emotion impulse. So we've recorrected this 1 minute candle now. That one that looked like a bit of a stopper. We've recorrected it now. So this is where price could get interesting. What's SAP doing now? SAP's still down, or SAP recovering? So it's still down, but all these other ones, SAP's the only one that's down. Everything else is really killing it. Stocks is up big time.
What was the cause, Hayden, for the Asian session pump? Do you know?
SAP.
Sorry if I missed it earlier.
Yeah, SAP earnings.
Right.
And Japan tariff deal, maybe.
Yeah, they announced what, a $550 billion trade deal, and the yen got really strong and then got really weak.
Yeah. Yeah, and Indonesia as well. I mean, on the surface level, it seems like a terrible plan, a terrible deal for them. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the intent. Trump put on Truth Social, he's like, with my pleasure to announce that we will not pay tariffs to Indonesia, but Indonesia will pay tariffs to us. Or it might be Philippines, actually. Yeah, it is my great honor to announce our trade agreement in Indonesia. Indonesia will be open market to American industrial tech products. USA will now sell American-made products to Indonesia at a tariff rate of 0%, while Indonesia will pay 19% on all of their products coming into the USA. Great deal. And then,
it's a Trump deal.
Yeah, and then Philippines did something similar. They got a tariff set. There was initially 20%, but it went to 19%. So it looked like they've announced 3 deals, and then Japan as well. So, all right, this is actually looking, this grind here is looking pretty promising now. where price is, you know what I'm saying? Like if price can, it did it in a little bit different manner, but we've got here where price is kind of grinding. Now, if it made a pump higher and took out all these highs, I think we could get that retest to continue. And maybe it stalls here again, because this has been actually, this resistance has actually been a bit of a pain in the backside this week. But if it can clear it, then I see no reason why we can't hit 24,370 for the day. But this is what I like. I like to see this price action. So could probably take a buy. I don't know if we could buy the breakout to take out this area up here, this little bit of structure right here. Take a buy, stop loss underneath it. Full price to push 30 pips. See if we can just pump right up.
Are you long, Hayden?
No. No, I was considering if we can do this. If it's breaking the high, I'll go long. If it holds here. If that was the little grind, that if we can, because there's a little bit of a problem here. I'll go long now. Try to get a better price. So, because this is a little pullback, got the little grind. It's dangerous. If you want to wait to break above, it's probably a safer play. We're going to see if we can get 30 pips to the upside. Okay, push. Cool, looking very good. It's going to bring my stops to break even now. Let's see if we can get another 20 pips out of that. Should push up. It should. It's a little bit dangerous with all these wicks. But I do like that grind pattern. Sounds like she's saying, "How are you? How are you?"
I think she's saying something. the song. I just don't know which one.
Okay, come on, push. Just got to break that little red candle. Come on, man. Come on, do it. Come on. We want to hit this little order block. Nice rejection forming on the 1 hour now. Let's have a look. Oh, the wick, yeah, man. Just dive down into these zones, eh? Come on, man. Just push. Don't take the stop. Struggling though. This like for these little zones. It's nicer when you see, like, I like the move up, but for these to have more weight, you need to have another one above that. For that to hold more weight. If it sort of pushes up and then grinds, it's more like a rounding top than anything. Yeah, okay. Anyway. But it's still looking promising. Like the way that it's grinding here is giving them a chance to unwind their sells if they gave it a nudge down. But we want to see it. We don't want it to hang around here too long, because then it kind of looked like it could have a run for these lows, because there are fair value gaps down here.
That is a tough area for it to get through, though.
Yeah, but once it...
If that's been consolidated before the breakdown and continuation structure.
Yeah, yeah. If it finally broke through though, it would be a quick move, I'd reckon. Like this one it could just do it in one go. If it finally did break.
Yeah.
Because it's like resistance, 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 and eventually it's just going to go boop. Like now, just said, yeah. Took my stop first. Now it's looking really good for this level. Another 14 pips to the upside. No wick candle right here as well. All of this kind of screams that this is the area that it's going to.
I only took 30% on my partial on the first trade at the top where you said take partial.
Here, yeah.
I wish I'd taken 70. Yeah, then it hit my stop loss.
It's such a punish trading, isn't it? When there's no perfect method of managing your trades.
No, of course there isn't. No.
Because if it kept on running, it's just like, why we take anything off the table? All right. I'm going to have to make a run soon, guys. I will have to get Maddie to the nursery very soon. she was a bit of a pain. So sorry I couldn't get anything done. What I'm looking for now going forward is the euro yen. Euro yen came down to a very nice level when it strengthened yesterday. It was a very strong session yesterday, and where it came down to was a very nice level, like this level here. So this was on a 4 hour for me. Oh no, it wasn't. I think it was the 30-minute actually. So this area where price like a pretty strong rejection here, and then price pushed up, and then it rallied again, tested it a couple of times. So the top of this zone is a little bit weaker, and then it was extremely bearish. This to me is very sus when something moves down that aggressive. So I'm happy for this one to hold, to continue. I'm just mindful of the interest rates tomorrow with euro. I do think today there's going to be offloading of risk. So, but there were rumors as well that the PM of Japan are going to step down. So the interest rates are now going to just cloud the timing a little bit of this move. Maybe we just have some sloppy trading for the rest of the week on euro pairs. But I'm still pretty bullish on euro overall. I just think now the easy move was Monday, Tuesday for euro US, where we pumped, and then we pumped again. Today, I think there will be de-risking. Okay. Now, careful with the euro pairs. The currency strength, how we're looking, because yen did get a bit aggressive. So I think, did we hit? Yeah, we did. So US yen is a target already for this week. Okay, because we've got, yeah, you see yesterday we got plus 100 already. Gosh, I didn't even notice it. Oh no, wait, here it is. This is the start of the week. So yen got plus 100, US got minus 100. So we're already in this place where I think US yen is going to give us a bit of a swing trade as well. Okay, so with yen weakness, pulling back to this level, I think we can probably target that. I know US dollar is not very strong, but at this level, I actually like the idea of this one. Kind of got divergence down the bottom, demand. Yen has been a bit weak. Sorry, yen has been very strong, but to me that election is a bit sus. So I'm going to see if we can actually get a move down. I'm going to pop this in. So 2 to 1 for a swing trade. Let me put that in the Discord. Okay. Now, yeah, so euro, be careful of because of the interest rates. You've already seen there's a bit of de-risking going on. This is one of the weakest of the day. For German as well is going to be a bit affected by that. So this was worth a shot. See how like when it accumulated, it was looking good. This little accumulation area had the move down low, but this area is a bit tough. And when it stuck too much, when it had too much time here, it didn't have that same continuation. So it's looking a bit more like a rounded top. So what we kind of need is I mean, this always could hold again, but we want to see like a move like this, and then you want to see like a little pause, and then you want to see another move like that, and it have something that can actually break the structure of the market, because at the moment the structure is actually still quite bearish. But if we can have something where it's like a good move where buyers definitely stepped in, little pause, and then another rally. If this move can break some like previous swing, then having a retest of this zone, maybe don't buy the retest of the zone, but if it bounces, I think you can easily then like jump in, say here, to take out the high and then target some other levels. But the structure, like we've had a couple goes at this, been some nice little trades, but ultimately there is some risk with SAP weighing down this index and interest rates looming. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's just a bit sloppy conditions. And the Asia session, to like if we do continue selling off all the way down to here, I would be actually pretty interested in buying around these levels. I think ultimately this is just a fade, trying to get people to offload some buy positions that they've got. I think institutions are trying to just. I think institutions are like. I'd be really suspicious of anything that can actually significantly sell off. I'd be pretty comfortable just buying the dips on these. Just make sure your timing's on point, because it's until we get some like structure breaks. If we're making lower lows, these things they can pick up momentum, unfortunately. But if we can actually retrace the whole Asia session, that'd be a pretty good place to be buying from. Okay, but let's see. At the moment, the price action is. I'm not sure where it's going to go from here, but that looks good actually. Like, because this is also a bit of price action we can use when you have when we have that real fast candle down, okay, and then price came up, retested it. I remember I was saying that another one, it's not as nice because you're always left questioning. But if it when it retested like this area, this is where institutions could have given it a bit of a nudge down, and then as it comes back up, it gives them a bit of a chance to unwind these positions. Now we've got like a bit of a fake out forming from this area. So man, if we break this high now, I really do think there's a lot of recovery to be had. This could be a very nice opportunity coming up soon, but at the moment it's still a little bit risky. So make sure that you just adapt your risk to make sure that you don't get too emotionally invested in it if it doesn't work out. But it's looking promising. It's looking promising. Just got to try to time this bounce. Okay. So good luck, guys. US yen's on the table. Yeah, man. Just
Thanks, Hayden.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Bye, everyone.
Tomorrow. All right.
Did see you all.
Cool. All right. Take care, guys. Trade safe, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Cheers, Hayden.